Good morning, everyone. Hope you're doing amazing. It's such a freaking beautiful morning in Montreal. Excited to be here and actually reflecting on a bunch of things that I want to share with you this morning. And it involves studying. Even though I'm now like way past study time, like university time, I am loving like reading and diving into like a bunch of different things. I'm studying all the time and I became a lifelong learner. And I'm super excited to share the story because I used to be like I guess like I created the story that I was not someone who studied. And I'm coming here this morning to show kind of what's possible when you change the script that you told yourself for so many years. It's the learning mindset. Yeah, absolutely, Anthony. It's like the growth mindset, or some people call it like fixed mindset versus growth mindset. That's definitely it. But hi, it's so good to have you here. I hope you're having a wonderful morning, and like really what I want to share is that you get to change exactly the story you want to live in. And I'm coming here talking about a specific story that I went through. And I'm going to be like freaking honest with you guys, as always, because that's just who I am. And I'm going to share with you how I used to be this like party girl. Spoiler alert, we're going there this morning. I will be sharing with you how I used to party all the time, and well, in university, like let's like go, I guess 10 years now. Yeah, probably like 10 years ago. So I was this party girl who would pride herself of being the girl who would never ever do like one of the homework. Like I was never doing homework. I was never reading the books that were assigned. And I don't know how, but I managed to pass all of my exams. And I always managed to do just enough to pass my tests, like just enough. Like, and I was always like, you know, putting together, like I was the one like creating the teams so that I was kind of leading, but I was not doing much. And that was basically my vibe for the longest time when I was in university. And I created this story in my mind that I was not someone who loved reading. I was not someone who loved studying. And I created this identity for myself that was completely invented. It's like I thought this was what would make me like cool. And in my title today, I'm saying I went from being too cool for school to studying over 1,000 hours of NLP. And really, like, I thought that being like a student of life was like not cool. And even when I met Pat, he always wanted to go to Indigo. And Indigo is like a bookstore in Canada. And he wanted to go there and read books and find new books and like, oh my God, let's go and dig into like this bookstore. And I was like, oh, so lame, you know? Hey, Afsa, so good to see you. And I thought it was so lame to read books and to study and to invest in my growth. I was like, this is so lame, so freaking lame. And my whole time I was in my bachelor degree, all I was spending my time doing, to be completely honest, was inviting people over, doing drinks. So, you know, being the one hosting and creating drinks for everyone and doing dance parties in my living room and doing like apéro. Apéro is like what we call like happy hour in French. And that was basically it. That was what I was doing during my bachelor's degree. I was sitting in class and all I could think of is like, oh, what are we doing after class? You know what I mean? Like, it was like I was planning the after class, but never truly like actually there and soaking in the knowledge. I was there to finish. I was there to go through it and just like get my paper and like bye, you know? And I don't know how, but I did manage to actually go to do a master's degree in marketing. And I wonder, like, I think I had just a passing grade to go there and they accepted me. And like, honestly, I was, you know, I had good grades, but I wasn't doing much, to be honest. And yeah, there's coffee and cakes at Indigo too. Yeah, absolutely. Is it Patrick? I think it is. Absolutely, absolutely. Coffee was my thing that back then as well, after having like big nights out, right? So that was really the vibe and the story I had created for myself. And even in masters, during my master degree, a lot of it is like readings, right? You read a bunch of books, and I was not reading them, or I was reading like just the end of it, or just like trying to hack my way through university. Really, that was what it is. I still had good grades, as I said. I managed to do just enough to pass and like get great grades and all of that, but that's it. But I had created this persona or this story about myself that I was not a student. Like, I was just not someone who enjoyed it. But then I started diving and learning about NLP, Neuro-Linguistic programming, and it changed my life because I realized that I had created this story for myself, and that maybe it had served me at some point in my life, but it was not serving me moving forward. Like, who wants to be this person who's never learning and never reading and never like informing herself and never like growing? No one wants that, right? And so after a while, I realized, like, why am I creating this story for me? Like, why would I want to be that person? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And I just really dove into NLP, and I became like obsessed with it, like really, really deeply interested in NLP. So I started reading all the books that were like just explaining the concepts and really like helping us and helping me see that I was creating my own reality. And so what I started doing is studying, and I started studying every single level of NLP, and I went all the way to become a trainer of NLP. And I studied over 1,000 hours to get fully certified as a NLP trainer. And I like really enjoyed being a student again, AKA having my beautiful book. I'm gonna show you both here and here. Having my beautiful books. I had like a bunch of different books that I had to read and learn by heart, and I actually enjoyed the process. Hey, Veronica is here. That's amazing. So good to see you. And I was actually really deeply interested, and so much so that I was spending hours doing it, and it was like effortless. It was like, just like, yeah, of course I'm studying. Of course I want to become better at my craft. Of course I want to learn all about the subconscious mind. Of course I want to have like all of these highlighters and like, you know, identify all my notes and like be super like organized and like type A type of student. Like, yeah, that's exactly what I did because I enjoyed it. And I shifted completely and rewired my brain for success because I decided that the identity that I had created for myself wasn't the identity I wanted for my future. I decided to say, no, I'm not this party girl who doesn't do shit. I'm actually someone who invests in her growth, who is driven, who wants to study, who wants to up-level her skill. Also never like ready until I found something that I was passionate about. After that, I started to love books because they are a vehicle for me to know more of what I love. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I felt too. It is life-changing, isn't it, Gabrielle? It's amazing. Like NLP is like life freaking changing. And so I read and studied like 3 books like this, like 3 books where I had to learn everything by heart. I actually had an exam where I had to write all of the things. Like, I had to know everything by heart. And I studied, and I had like cue cards, and I made myself like colored notes and like all of the things to study and to remember these notes and to be able to pass my exams. And this whole process, although it was challenging, let's not be, let's be real here. It was challenging to learn by heart after like years of doing that, but it was so fun. And I absolutely just defined a new identity for myself. I shifted and I said, I am not this party girl anymore. I have like so much that I can learn about this topic that I'm really interested in. And I want to go all in with that. It's really like, that's really how I felt about NLP. And Veronica is saying that might be my next coaching after brain-based coaching aligns with where I am. Yeah, absolutely. Like, Veronica, if you want to chat about that, Veronica is part of our Get Paid Challenge, and I would be more than happy to share a lot of details with you. Actually, my certification program is the Happy on Mondays method, and one of the modality is NLP. So that's definitely something that I'm like super, super obsessed with. And yeah, like basically what I'm saying here is that you define and you choose what is the new story you want to write for yourself. You get to choose how you want to be moving forward. And if the past identity you were in is not serving you anymore, it's okay to ditch it and leave it behind and move and step into a complete new identity. And I often do this as if I'm like wearing a new suit, like a new superwoman suit. But that's how I feel. It's like, I'm not that version of me anymore, and it's okay. And I've moved on, and now I study, and now I read books, and now I'm obsessed with everything subconscious mind related. And now I invest in myself all the time in these areas because I want to deepen and deepen and deepen my knowledge about that, because that's really my true calling. I want to help you unlock anything that is preventing you from going after your dream life. I know that by going through my own pursuit of the Happy on Mondays life, I found out that I had a lot of limiting beliefs, a lot of things that were holding me back. One of them was, I'm not like that smart girl that studies and is like smart and can teach to others, because I had created this image and this story in my mind from back then. Is this true? No. Did I decide that I was going to change? Yes. Did I shift completely my inner world to become that person? Yes. It didn't come from like forcing myself to study and like forcing it. No, it came from shifting and rewiring, using those tools to rewire my brain and start being this person. So of course now I study, of course now I read books, of course, because it comes from here. It's not from the like behavior level of like, I'm gonna force myself today to read that book. No, it started from shifting, using NLP tools to shift the identity that I am, the identity I wanna step into. Veronica, I love your energy. It's so wonderful. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah. It's so cool because like once I did that, then the growth and the quantum leap became like absolutely phenomenal, because I went completely all in. It's like my energy was now all in. So I created my own coaching certification. Like, sorry, like, can someone pinch me from the party girl that is like not studying, not doing anything, to really finding something that lights me up, studying like over 1,000 hours, doing all the tests, all the things, creating my own certification program? That's wild. That's wild if you think of who I was before. But I shifted and I decided that it was going to be different moving forward. And you get to do that as well. Now, one thing I wanted to leave you with is to ask you, what is possible for you if you shift that past identity that you used to have, whatever it was for you? If, let's say you're someone who doesn't love exercising, doesn't love exercising. When did you decide that? And is this really serving you to identify yourself and like really put that label on yourself? Is this serving you now, right? Or maybe you're someone who's a smoker. Maybe you're a smoker and that's the identity you've put on yourself. You're like, I'm a smoker. Of course, it's difficult to stop smoking if you identify so closely with this identity of being a smoker. You see the point? Or if you're like, oh, I'm shy, I can't create content online, I'm shy. You're identifying with being shy. So what needs to shift is not you forcing yourself to create content, is you shifting how you perceive yourself and your identity, which is why this is bomb and which is why I'm inviting you to join me on board. Okay, so the party girl with a real identity, you're always able to be a great student and now a teacher. Yeah, absolutely. I was always this person, but I conditioned myself to believe that this was the situation. It wasn't at all. It wasn't. I was also shy, and I was also someone who was never sharing my opinion. I was always saying yes to everything, and I was always this girl who was like easygoing and like, oh, you want to do this? Yes, of course. And I was not someone who had a voice. Powerful. I was not someone who had a voice. I didn't have a voice. Now, if you're watching this right now, or hearing my voice right now, you can see how I do have a voice, don't I? I do have a voice. I am showing up daily almost, well, yes, daily to share my voice with you. I do have a voice, but I thought I didn't have a voice. And maybe that's also one of your story. Oh, I'm not sure what to say. I don't have my own voice. What if you actually do, but you created those layers of rules and conditioning and limiting beliefs that are preventing you from actually just allowing yourself to be that person? That's what shifted. And so, Bandy, so that's what shifted. And that is why I created the Happy on Mondays method, because I want to show you how. I want to show you how you can shift your own mindset and completely transform your own identity. And through the Happy on Mondays method, I'm teaching you and I'm getting you certified as an NLP practitioner, so Neuro-Linguistic Programming Practitioner, which is what I'm talking about this morning, but there's 4 other modalities as well. You're also getting certified as a life and success coach, which is life-changing in itself as well. You're getting certified as a clinical hypnotherapist, which is so freaking powerful as well. A EFT practitioner, emotional freedom techniques practitioner, and a time technique practitioner. All of these modalities combined together are just freaking mind-blowing. Like, honestly, that's what shifted everything for me. I learned those tools, yes, because I wanted to be serving my clients better, using the tools with my clients, but I used the tools on myself first, and I became my own first client, okay? And that's really what shifted everything for me, because doing the inner work allowed me to step into the version of me who has everything that I want. And I started just beaming and vibrating at another frequency. That's what the Happy on Mondays method can do for you. This is my signature program where you get certified, but you also get all of the business training to get your business, your coaching business up and running and thriving. And you get everything that you need to really build your dream Happy on Mondays life or your dream business and be full-time in your business. So I'm currently enrolling new students in the Happy on Mondays Method Certification program. And when you become a NLP practitioner, you will absolutely transform your life. Like, this is it. Like, it's freaking cool and amazing. And I have special bonuses in effect right now as we speak. So if you are looking to get certified and you want more information, the link to get more information is in my bio on Instagram. It's in this post on LinkedIn and Facebook. You can check out all the details on that page. On that page as well, you'll have a link to book a complimentary discovery call with me so that you can ask your questions. If you want to be reassured that this is the program for you, if you want to validate that, we're going to do that together because I want this to be a fit both ways. And I'm super excited to talk to you. So I invite you to check out this link, go and apply, check out the information, book your discovery call. If you have questions for me, let's go have discussions with you, and we'll get you certified this year. I'm so excited. So freaking excited. So I love you all. I hope that this story could inspire you, and I wish you a beautiful day. We'll talk soon. Love you so much.